Thank you, the Minister for Local Government, Housing and Environment, the other Cabinet Ministers, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, the CEO of the Housing Authority, the Special Administrator of the Super City Council, the Chair of the People's Community Network, distinguished guests, my fellow Fijians. Bula Vinaka, and a very good morning to you all. I'm delighted to be here this morning to formally open another stage of the Lagilagi housing project, a major initiative by my government to create homes for ordinary Fijians living in informal settlements around Suva to increase their security, happiness, and of course, to give them dignity. 16 months ago, in November 2013, I launched the opening phase of this project, in which we built the first 33 units at a cost of almost $3 million. 24 two-bedroom units, 4 three-bedroom units, and 5 units specifically designed for the elderly and disabled. You talk to those families and individuals now, and they will tell you that being able to move into these modern spacious units has transformed their lives. They were Fijians who'd grown up in the toughest circumstances and had never had proper roofs over their heads. Many of their previous dwellings were barely habitable, and for years they were plagued with all the insecurity and uncertainty that comes from living as squatters. For the first time in 2013, we not only gave them proper housing and security of tenure, but we also gave them a sense of ownership and pride. Because this wasn't a handout, we required everyone to contribute financially to their homes within the limited means available to them. And in doing so, we empowered them and have given them an immense feeling of satisfaction. Because when you pay for your home, you value it. And when you value it, you look after it. And everyone is also more inclined to take care of their surroundings and build a sense of community, which is what has happened here in the Jitu estate. I still can remember clearly the sense of excitement here 14 months ago when Father Ba and I toured the new complex, marveling at the quality of what had been achieved. These were not just roofs over people's heads and homes that many people would be proud of. They were beginning of a new way of life for those people fortunate enough to have become residents. Just as importantly, we instituted a new legal framework in which these residents were able to put their properties in a way they could never have done before, because they were permanent structures built to a high standard, and with secure title, they could use them as security to obtain loans for other purposes, not to go to moneylender, for instance. It was a bold approach to improving the lives of Fijians living in squatter settlements, and a radical departure from the mindset of the past that has held many poorer people back. And I'm very proud that in so many instances, this holistic approach is working and ordinary people are better off. My fellow Fijians, I said at the time I launched the first phase that this was just a start of a mammoth task to provide proper and decent housing to more than 10,000 poor or squatter families in Jitu, in Wailea, Nanuku settlement, and other settlements within Suva City. It is a work in progress and may take many years. But I want to reiterate our commitment today to fulfilling our objective and improving the lives of all of these people. Today, we open an additional 44 units, built at a cost of $4 million, making a total of 77 units so far in the Lagilagi housing project, with many more to come. I am pleased to report that the next phase of construction has already begun, but we can do much more if the government can forge more partnerships to speed up the process. And I want to make an appeal today for those partners to come forward. More donors, more development partners, a bigger coalition of the willing to achieve our objective of modern housing like this for everyone who needs it. To get the first stage off the ground, we already forged available partnership through the Ministry of Local Government, Housing and Environment, the People's Community Network, and MISRA, the German Catholic organization. But obviously, the need is far greater than our existing resources can meet, so I ask others to come forward, whether it is from the private sector or from our own development partners or from other government, non-government organizations. It is the most noble of endeavors to provide decent and affordable housing to every Fijian as we continue our mission to build a modern nation state. The prospects for our national economy have never looked brighter with our growth rate of 4%, but we must leave no one behind as we build the new Fiji, and that of course includes meeting our constitutional obligation to provide every Fijian with adequate housing and sanitation. Fiji's homeless deserve roofs over their heads, and my government is determined, working in partnership with those who share our vision, to provide them. In any event, the Constitution compels us to meet this objective, and we will. We have already made great strides in recent years. We made housing a national priority when we endorsed the National Housing Policy and its implementation action plan 4 years ago. This was based on the premise that people are capable of addressing their own housing needs, given the right policy settings. And since then, my government has introduced a number of innovative ideas, innovative measures aimed at providing more recent and affordable homes. We established a land bank to provide land, including for housing development. We facilitated competitive, low home loans from commercial banks and financial institutions. We provided tax refunds for new homeowners to build their homes up to a value of $12,000. We put price controls on building and construction material. And we encourage more lending for homes through the FNPF. We have also provided $10 million as a grant to those Fijians who want to build or buy their first home. But above all, we targeted our efforts at providing a decent homes and security of tenure for Fiji's poorest communities. And that is what we continue to do through the provision of residential units like this, the result of the partnerships we have already forged. I want to again pay tribute to the People's Community Network for working with us on this wonderful project. I also want to thank the contractor Voreqe, Mr. Umendra Kumar, and his workers for their commitment, AAPI Designs, and the many consultants who have been part of this new development and construction. My fellow Fijians, with the creation of these new homes, we rededicate ourselves today to the task of providing ordinary Fijians with a quality, affordable housing they deserve. To the new residents, I say, treat your new homes with pride, look after them, and they will give you and your families many years of shelter, many years of comfort, and many years of happiness. Thank you once again to everyone who has worked so hard to bring this project to fruition, and I now have great pleasure in declaring this new phase of the Lagilagi housing project open. And I thank you. This is your home.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is better than your last home, eh?
Yeah.
You have family? You have children?
No children, only myself.
Only by yourself?
Yeah.
So how long have you lived here? How long have you lived in
Bill the streets for all their life. That's the special case.
Oh, okay.
Okay, dia sudah train dah full part tolong tell
Taking all her life and then saving with the bank.
Tahu kalau itu kan?
So when he she had the project, she came and started saving with Fijian and she put 17,000 for the house.
Not time list. Quanto berrongo? $40,000 que eso. $40,000 por el motor, fue motor ganha, trago, bedroom work, vai, vai motor.
Ah, kalau ada, malak salah.
Okay. Nice view. Open the window. Find a window there.
This is how much is this?
40,000.
Eh.
Tax free. 40,000 tax free. Kalau dia tidak bagi sang dia, kaya pun tangga wali lagi na.